What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fishing and Outdoor Discoveries. I'm Bobby with Hook Fishing. We've got Chris with Co.Fishing with us. And
there we go. I'm fucked up already. Oh my god. Okay.
Welcome to the crazy show of we don't actually know what we're doing yet, so bear with us.
Yo, we're gonna figure out this whole intro thing. You know what's funny is, like, that is the first time ever that you've actually tried to introduce me, though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's the first time ever. All right, guys. So
I feel like I started off that way when we first started this, and then I kept trying to get Simon to do the introductions, and he just wouldn't say anybody else. So that's when we started saying our own names.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways,
I don't know. Anyway, eventually, at some point, we're gonna get this right. We're gonna get this intro right.
One day. Anyways, for all you watching, today we're talking about wish list items of what we want for the now season. I was gonna say upcoming, but now is fishing season, guys. This is when you want to get out there and get known with your gear. You want to understand your gear. Start now, because when the temperature picks up and you're actually catching big fish, if you don't know your gear for the small fish, you're not going to get it for the big fish. So it is the season, and we are going to be talking about what we want for this season. Me, I need to get a new telescopic pole, just because I like having one. They're cheap. They're probably all going to break at some point. But, I mean, even when this wasn't broken, it was only this long. I mean, I could basically stick this in my back pocket and walk around. And it's not like I'm carrying a, 5, 6, 7 foot pole beside me the whole time. So I definitely want to get a new telescopic rod at some point.
Alrighty, guys. So we're just gonna kind of kick it off by starting to talk about some of the stuff that we look forward to doing this year, and then kind of build our tackle off of those ideas. And I think me and Frodo this week are gonna try to give each other a little bit of advice on maybe what we should have in our tackle boxes, based on what we're talking about. At some point tonight, I don't really have bedtime tonight, and we've missed the last few weeks, so I'm going to try to stay live as much as possible. I got some new tackle that I'm going to be throwing in my box, just some stuff I bought at Walmart, so I'll get to that at some point later on in the stream. Right now, I'm just going to see if I can get the video shared and stuff, so I'm just going to let Frodo kind of talk to you guys a little bit about how the weather is down there and kind of what he's thinking over the next few weeks while I'm doing that.
So, actually, I do want to start with the weather, just because our weather is absolutely terrible right now. It's great, but it's terrible. I know that doesn't make sense, but if any of you have ever been down to Florida, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, where it's sunny and 75, 80 degrees, and then all of a sudden you're soaking wet. And then by the time you get back to your car, truck, whatever, it's nice and sunny again. We've been experiencing that for the past 4 days here in Virginia. So it's kind of annoying. Which in my upcoming video on Hook Fishing, I'm going to be talking about that a little bit. I was actually editing that before we decided to go live. So that might be coming out tonight, guys.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm a little excited. I haven't posted a full video in a while. I've posted a bunch of shorts. But yeah, weather has been kind of bad here. And like I said, I want to get another telescopic rod. I could probably, honestly, take this one apart and fix it, because telescopic rods are, it's literally just a rod inside of a rod inside of a rod inside of a rod. So you can probably take it apart, pull out this broken piece, and put a not broken piece in. But honestly, I don't want to take the time to do that. I'm just going to buy a new one. Because like I said, I've had this one every bit of 5 years now, 4 or 5 years, and I've put it through some stuff. I've fished saltwater with it. I've fished brackish water. I've fished a bunch of freshwater. I've never really caught anything in freshwater, but fished a bunch of freshwater with it. So it's been through some stuff, man.
Hell yeah.
As far as tackle goes, I want to start making my own, and I think we were probably going to do a whole segment about this at some point. But I really want to start making my own. I want to start making my own soft plastics.
Yeah, and I mean, so I've been thinking about this for the last, I don't know, probably month or so, and when it comes down to making baits, I think I'm going to start, me and Fredo have talked about this, start with some soft plastics. Eventually I want to get into some 3D printing and kind of fish with some prototypes, some different styled crankbaits that maybe have a different shape, something that's a little bit different. That would be kind of nice to do too. So
yeah. I've thought about, because I drink a lot of water, and I drink bottled water. I'm bougie. I get it. I live on a well. I don't really care for the way the well water tastes. So but I do. I go through a lot of water bottles, and I've been trying to think of a way to recycle them and make hard plastics out of them, like this. Like, why can't I make this out of 2 or 3 water bottles somehow?
yeah.
I don't know what the process would be. I don't even know if it's the same type of plastic. I'm sure it's not. But plastic's plastic, in my opinion. So I don't know. I'm going to look into that because, like I said, I got through a lot of water bottles. And where I live, it's free to recycle. Like, I can take it up to the quote-unquote convenience center, and it's free to get rid of all the bottles. But, I mean, that just goes back into wherever they put it.
Yeah. And that's another thing too that maybe I'll even look into, here in the future is how to, recycle some of the stuff that I have. I put a lot of thought into using some metal and stuff that I have around to make some heavy stuff, something that nobody has really ever seen. Like, I thought it'd be really cool to melt some iron, just cast like a ball or something and make.
Iron's hard to melt.
Well,
You're looking at like 3,300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Do you think that there'd be a possibility that aluminum would work okay as far as weight goes, or do you think aluminum would be too slowly sinking? Because I've used the aluminum split shots, and it seems like it takes longer for that.
They are a little bit slower because aluminum isn't quite as dense as lead. So, like, say for instance, you have like a 1-ounce sinker, right? And it's made of lead. If you were to make that same size sinker out of aluminum, it might be like 8 grams or so less than the lead.
Gotcha.
So when you're working with like aluminum, your best bet is to add something to it, like add like a steel BB in it or something, just to help bring that weight up some. Or honestly, dude, I would go with brass. Brass is easy to melt like aluminum, but it's heavier, it's more dense, so it sinks better.
Yeah, that would work.
I mean, I'm sure you know where to get brass.
Okay, let's hold on. Okay, this is stupid, so I'm gonna tag this later because there's no point in actually tagging it right now. But
there is another metal. I don't know how to get it, but bismol.
Oh, bismuth.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, bismuth. Yeah.
That works really well. Like a lot of people are replacing their lids with that because it's non-toxic, it's cheaper, and it's about the same density as lead. I think I watched a video on it, and the guy did lead, aluminum, nickel, and bismuth, or however you say it. And that one was only like 0.6. It was less than half a gram from the weight of the lead. So.
Huh. Okay, I think I almost got this shared out. I just got to do my Facebook stuff now, and then we're good. So, when we had originally started all of this with Simon, you know, we talked about guest appearances and guest lives. I'm really going to try to push that as hard as possible to get some guests into these live streams.
I am too. Like I was telling you before we went live, there are a lot of Virginia fishermen that are on YouTube. And now that I'm getting more into YouTube, I'm discovering them left and right. So I'm thinking about trying to get in touch with some of them. Like, hey, you want to collaborate on a video or two? Or, hey, you want to go on a live podcast? We will have to figure out a better schedule because, I mean, this was just a random late night live, right?
Yeah.
And my phone keeps, like, sliding down. Sorry, guys.
And that's such a hard part for me too, because like my life is like so upside down right now.
No, I get it, bro. I get it. This still has river water in it and just rolled down my arm. Grody. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna get this shared out. Okay, I gotta share to 2 more groups and we're good.
I'm also sharing. I'm sharing it to a couple different individuals.
Fishing and outdoor discoveries. This is the hardest part, guys, and like I honestly I think it's something to expect, you know, in our future lives. Don't be scared to wait a few minutes to come in if you have time, because it's gonna take us time to get all this stuff shared out. We have so much going on, it seems like.
Or if you do join right away, just post questions and we will go through those as we're sharing out as well. That way, you know, there's not so much awkward silence because we do both tend to kind of like get off track. It's just who we are.
You know, I think we've done really well lately with that, though. It doesn't seem like we're struggling with that nearly as much as we were before.
No, I agree. And we've talked about that off live. It makes sense why.
Yeah.
But yeah, so are we letting people know about August or?
Yeah, I mean that's not something that I want to hide or anything. So I mean, I guess kind of just, you know, yeah, you can tell them.
All right, so
I don't know why I'm struggling with talking so much right now. Holy fuck!
So
it's because I'm trying to multitask now. That is something I cannot do. I think I can, but no.
Dude, I'm the same way. All right, guys. So cool things happening. Cool things are happening. Chris is going to be on the coast at the ocean in August, guys, and we are going to be doing some serious fishing. That's actually one of the reasons I came up with today's title. Like, what we're talking about is because I think I'm gonna surprise you with some gear. Like, I think I'm like, oh, by the way, here you go. Time to go fishing.
He's gonna hand me a freaking telephone pole with a winch on it. Here we go. Let's do this, bro.
First ever ocean experience.
But yeah, guys. So that's the plan. I'll finally be able to have time accumulated to take off, and we've been talking about this for a few years now, and Kara had actually talked to Frodo, I don't know, a few weeks back, and she's down for it too. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome to be able to actually get out there and try to see if we can't come up with something. One thing that I think I want to try to cover before I get down there is the fact that if you guys don't see any more fishing videos coming from my channel after I get back from there, that's because fishing is boring here and no longer necessary.
I was just thinking that, dude.
Yeah, because
I was actually looking on Amazon and I found a shirt that I'm gonna get you for when you leave, and it says I'd rather be in Virginia.
I'd rather be on a real fish right now. And that's that's something that like I said, we've been planning for a couple of years now. Like, we've really been pushing to try to figure something out. I could have done it this last summer, but I didn't have time with work, which would have been the best time because that was when I actually had the money to actually go do it.
What's up, Brandon?
And then, I decided to have another kid, so that's for me now. So we're gonna be playing back and forth to that. Paul Smith, what is going on, man? I think plastic bottles are a bit thinner than the stuff they mold them with, but I don't see it being impossible. I don't either. So I honestly, like, what I think would be awesome for clear bottles is to make some floats, like just any kind of, like, a bobber type style thing.
So, true story. I don't know if I've talked about this on live or if I've even told you about it. But the very first time I ever caught a red drum, which is what made me absolutely fall in love with the fish, because when it hit my line, I thought it was something huge, dude, like absolutely gigantic. I was fighting it for like 30 minutes, and it comes in as this little puppy drum.
Yeah, yeah.
But me and my buddy, we were out at York River, and we were fishing. We had never fished this specific part of the river before, and we just kept dragging bottom. Like, everything we cast out, we would cast out. Like, you could see the channel where it was deeper. We would cast into that and still hit bottom and just drag weeds up, and we weren't catching anything. So we took plastic bottles that had washed up, took the top off of them, wrapped our line around it a couple times, put the top back on. This was our bobber.
Yeah.
And then we were catching red drum left, right.
See, and that's
like
one thing, man. Drum, bro. I want to fish drum so bad. So Paul kind of had a good idea here. Me and Frodo have actually talked about this in the past, just when we're sitting in the garage looking around at everything that we have in there. PVC piping. So I've thought about every single way that I could use PVC piping for baits, but the only problem is I don't know if anybody's ever melted PVC. That shit is really hard to work with, and maybe if I had a good respirator, I think I could work with it a little bit, but I'm not too sure.
The problem I have with PVC is it comes in variety of thicknesses, and typically I use a heat gun and I put it on the low setting, but thin PVC, which I think would be easier to mold stuff out of, is just too thin, and the heat goes right through it like that. Brandon, Gloucester Point Pier. Are we fishing it Monday? What's up?
Yeah, let's hear it, Brandon. You know, if Brandon's not busy, I could shoot him an invite if he wants to come in here and talk.
Yeah, dude, you down to get on live?
Another thing I wanted to talk about, guys, because me and Frodo didn't get the chance. It was still a little too cold. We're still wanting to do our survival challenge too. I think at this point, I think we're better off just waiting a few weeks before we do that because it's going to be warm here in a few weeks, warm enough to where we don't have to worry about it.
Well, I think I've decided on a new place anyways. I don't think I'm gonna do the woods, bro.
No?
I think I'm gonna do the beach. I think I'm gonna do like
yeah, and I mean, dude, all power to you because I mean that kind of gives them the best of both worlds because you have a beach, I don't, and I have nothing but woods. You know what I mean around me, so. And I mean, it's not like it's going to be the only time we do this. We're going to do this several times, so you'll see us do it all. But or use them as catfish line.
But yeah, Brandon, you want to hop on the live, man? We can shoot you an invite. Use them as like catfish line. I need a little more clarification on that. Like I said, I am not a typical freshwater fisherman. Which is insane because we've got a lot of it around us. But I just prefer the ocean. I prefer saltwater.
Nico said should have went out 2 months ago. You know, Nico, we talked about this, dude, and I finally realized this last year that my body isn't capable of doing shit that it was like 5 years ago. And I'm pretty sure that I would have froze to death and I would have died. I definitely would have died out there. Like Nico, he would have survived. He would have been just fine. Me, I would have died. I would have woke up stiff and frozen, and yeah, it would have been bad. It would have been bad.
Yeah, I haven't known Nico that long, but you know me pretty well. I don't do the cold, guys. If it's below like 55, like 63 is okay, but if it's below that, I'm shivering. I'm not doing it. I won't even go outside most of the time.
See, and like the cold doesn't bother me if I'm moving around and doing a lot. But, you know, if you were going to go out and shoot a survival video, you know, after you gather your wood and you do the stuff that you need to do, most of it, it's just relaxing and just enjoying yourself, you know, for the remainder of the time. That's when the shit starts to suck. Okay?
Yeah.
And then you got to go gather the wood and then split the wood when your fire starts going down, which means you get warm to get fucking cold again. No balls. No balls.
The thing for me about it is I would try and get warm enough. We're old. We are old. You're absolutely right. I'd try and get warm enough, but I'd end up making myself sweat, and then I'd be extra cold when I sat down and relaxed.
Mm-hmm. Use them as catfish drop lines to set them out with the pool noodle PVC center and set them with bait and then come back and see what you caught. Okay, so the only problem, so Frodo could probably do this because he has a lot of like pond type of fishing over there in Virginia. Here, that would be nearly impossible actually for me, unless I went out east, you know, if I went out east Colorado somewhere maybe, but that's more of like a small pond type of thing there, or at least a shallower pond. Like the water we have is, I think, too deep for the pool noodle trick. Holy fuck, I can't say that. But I mean, I'd be willing to give it a shot, like just for shits and giggles, just to see if it'd work. I mean, yeah. Oh, did you see that video that I posted on Facebook the other day? The one with the PVC boat that the guy made out of a bathtub?
Yeah.
Dude, that was insane. Like, I legit want to try that now. Like, that would be such a cheap, easy little build for like a little farm pond or something. Like that would be awesome for that. But
yeah.
Then again, too, like I have too much shit, like, and it never gets used.
So I could do that at some of like the smaller lakes here, but most of coastal Virginia is quote unquote man-made. So a lot of it is rocks. A lot of it is just rocks built up against the grass. So it's hard to do stuff like that. and still have the room, because most of the time, just to cast, you have to walk out on these jagged rocks, cast, then walk back and find somewhere to set your pole.
Yeah.
So doing stuff like that, it's a little difficult. I'm sure I could find some places to do it, like the lake I went to yesterday. I could probably do it there, but I didn't really care for that lake too much. It was a little reservoir, and I've watched people watched videos of people who fish it regularly, and I mean they spend like 4 or 5 hours out there and only catch 2 fish, and that's like the highlight of their day. I'm like, no. If I'm spending that much time on the water, I'm either not catching a single fish or I'm catching 20.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like,
wow, that's pretty good.
Oh, wait. Paul says, I went fishing 2 weeks ago, got a few bass and a yellow perch. That's one thing that I don't see too much here. And
perch.
Apparently we have a lot of perch.
I mean, right, so perch are in the same family as bass. It's
yeah, I know. I just don't pull too many perch out. I think I've only pulled one perch out of the reservoir ever.
You know what's crazy though? Every time I've ever done freshwater fishing, every time, and I catch a bass and a perch, I always think it's the opposite way around, because a perch fights so much more than bass do.
Yeah.
Bass take long strides and then stop. Perch, every time I've caught a perch, they take these short bursts over and over and over
and they'll keep running. They'll keep running too. They don't stop.
Yeah.
I mean, like when people say, "Oh, let the fish get tired," well, a perch and a walleye, it ain't gonna happen. Same thing with, like some of your common grass carp too. Like they're not gonna stop fighting. They're just gonna keep pulling until you get them close enough to where they can't really move. But
see, I have plenty of fishing poles and plenty of tackle for freshwater fishing. Big bass, like tournament fishing, essentially. But I would actually like to update some of it and buy some newer stuff that I know more about, because everything that I have now was my dad's old stuff. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I will use his stuff. I have no problem using it. But I want some of my own. I kind of, want to bring it into this century, because all of his stuff, he started collecting when probably before I was born. So that's over 30 years. It's all pretty old.
Yeah. Nico says walleye's fun. So this is dude, I meant to ask you about this because I want to use it in a video. Do you still have the video of you catching a walleye with the Mexican music? Okay, so there's a story behind this, okay? You guys can believe us or not. It doesn't matter, because it fucking happened, I swear. So every time me and Nico go fishing, if we're having a bad trip and we're not catching anything, the second that this guy turns on any kind of Spanish music, the fish start biting. It is weird. That's weird, bro. So
that's epic.
Either I'm pretty sure we just have I don't know, Mexican fish here. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, he says I'll have to check. You don't remember it. It's hilarious though. Like, it was funny. So we were out fishing on the boat in a cove one day, and I had already caught a few fish. Nico hadn't caught anything yet, and I don't remember if the Spanish music thing had already happened, or if this was the first time. I think this was the second time, because we purposely put it on, I think, for this. And literally, we put it on, he catches a fish. Like, I don't know. Let's see. It says, I'm going to Muskie this weekend. There you go.
That's another fish I've never caught, like pike, muskie. Yeah, none of those.
So muskie, I have. Pike, I haven't. And we actually, believe it or not, we have pike in our reservoir. Not too common people catch them, though. I only see like 1 or 2 people a year catching pike. So I don't know if that's something that's actually like if it's like a common fish here, or if it's just certain parts of the year. Like
I can tell you exactly what it is. I guarantee it's gear ratio. They
Maybe.
probably have low gear ratios, probably like 4.5, maybe 3.5. You need a high gear ratio for pike because they like chasing.
Well, I mean, I'm constantly using 5 to 1. I mean, that's all I throw. That's still kind of slow though, I guess, if you really think about it.
And that's closer. I've never caught one, but I've done research because I always thought it'd be interesting. We don't really have them here in like the deeper waterways, and I don't really go to like the smaller creeks and stuff.
Critics.
I'm sorry, I'm Southern. Damn.
Damn. He gets all pissed. It's so funny. This has been ongoing for years now. Like he'll say, I'll just say something, and he's like, "You know what? Fuck you. It's not my fault, damn it."
But yeah, so they like really speedy baits. So like 6 to 2 or 6.2 to 1, 6.5 to 1, even 7.0. You're probably going to catch more that way. And you reel it in kind of quick and stop it, reel it in, stop it, reel it in, stop it. You're going to a place where they're stocked. Yeah, see, I don't like shallow, fast moving water, if that makes sense. Like I could never salmon fish. At least not in the river. I would love to go out on a boat in the middle of the water and catch salmon that way, but I could never salmon fish in the river while they're spawning.
No?
No. I don't like shallow water fishing, man. And I think that's my biggest thing with freshwater fishing is even like real deep lakes, the parts that you fish are like the shallows, you know. The fish don't hang out in deep water like they do in saltwater.
Yeah. So this is something I picked up, and hopefully if everything goes well, I'll have a video up at the end of this weekend or sometime at the beginning of the week. If it's successful. I don't know if I'm actually going to do a review on it because it's still kind of early in the year, so I think I'll wait for the review until maybe the end of the season. But this is bait mate, and it's live walleye, so it's got all the pheromones in it. It's got the fish oils. This thing on the back is kind of cool too because it actually shows you the ranges of the chemicals that are in there, and I know you guys ain't gonna be able to read that because it ain't gonna focus.
It's too small.
Yeah, it's got all the pheromone levels, and it tells you the max, the classic, and the live. So they have 3 different kinds. Now, unfortunately, I was only able to find the live walleye, but I think that's going to be better anyway because it's got more pheromones in it, and it's going to get them more active. Which walleye, I mean, if it's their time to feed, they're active. And if it's not their time to feed, they're not active. That's just how walleye are. So it's not like bass where you can kind of get them moving around a little bit.
I'm probably going to get shit for this from anglers all over the freaking world. But can you pull up a picture of a walleye? Because I honestly don't even know what they look like.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
It doesn't really surprise me. So, like, a lot of people think that it reminds them a lot of like a cross between a bass and a trout. Wait.
That's interesting.
Fuck, I forgot how to spell Google. Oh my god. Jesus. And I think I have some picture of some of the walleyes that I caught last year too. So
once again, guys, welcome to Fishing and Outdoor Discoveries, where we don't know what we're doing yet. Can't even spell Google.
So I'll actually show a picture of like a decent sized walleye. Oh Jesus Christ, that is big.
Damn.
I should have had this screen share shit prepared already. No, let's put this on screen 2, and let's move the walleye over there so I can still see StreamYard. There you go. So there's your walleye. It's got a lot of that same grass bass type of color to it. To me, actually, the coloring of like the yellowish, goldish color, it reminds me a lot of white bass. Like it's got that just that real bright color.
Okay, so you want to see something real crazy? I've caught plenty of stuff that looks very similar to that. Look up snook.
Snook is close. So yeah, snooks are kind of close. I think snooks are bass hybrids anyway, though, aren't they?
I'm not entirely sure. I know they're saltwater. They live further south than Virginia, though. Like, you don't really see them here. You'd have to go down to like at least southern North Carolina, South Carolina.
Oh yeah, yeah. These have got to be some kind of a hybrid because it's got that real wide mouth. It's got the same bassy sort of eyes. But to me, snooks remind me more of catfish. I don't know why, but they always have. They've always reminded me more of catfish. So, yeah. So this is something, and this is awesome too. So I've been talking to a few people. I've talked to my brother, and there's going to be a tournament that's coming at the end of April, and it's a walleye tournament, local walleye tournament. I think it's a $50 entry. So it's something I really want to get into. I just got to find if my buddy that has the boat, if he's able to do it, if he's not on call that week, then I think we're going to go ahead and try for it. Luckily, it's going to land perfect timing because the third week of this month, not next week, but the following week, I'm on call. So that last week, I'm golden.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm hoping I can make it there. But whoa, we're a little too big there. I don't like that though. I feel like you could see my age.
Right.
Well, yeah. So okay, let's get into it. Let's start talking a little bit about this dream tackle and see if we can't get that figured out.
Well, like I said, I definitely I think I'm gonna surprise you with some gear for sure. I need to update mine anyways, so while I'm at it, I might as well just buy double.
Wait, what do you mean?
So I've been looking at new inshore stuff, not even offshore stuff, not even like, super big like tuna or marlin or anything like that, but just something to go after striper and drum and inshore fish, even snook if I end up a little further south at some point. Even like lower North Carolina, you can catch snook. They're not very common here in Virginia. But I've been looking at the Ugly Stick Big Water spinning reel or spinning rod, and that's like $60-$70. It's a nice rod. I just don't know what reel I want to put in with it yet.
Yeah,
but so, like I said,
so I showed you the new bait caster, right?
Maybe.
Did I? Yeah, I did, because we were thinking about using the box to send the that other bait caster to you. Right. So tonight, at some point, I need to line that bait caster. Tomorrow will be my first time ever using this bait caster, which kind of scares me because I haven't got to test it out or do anything with it yet.
You're going on a boat, man. Take more than one pole.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm taking 3 regardless, but what the hell was I gonna say? It was something about the tackle that we were. Oh, so you were talking about oh, Jesus Christ, this ain't good. All right, so so does this have to be tackle based, or can it just be fishing related? Something
Fishing related. Like,
okay.
obviously, we both want boats. Everyone probably
Yeah,
already
okay.
knows that.
So-
we don't really need to discuss it.
So this goes a little
I mean,
bit further than
I
the boat.
can.
Okay, so we have to pretend, like I already have a boat right now.
All right. All right.
And you see these a lot in some of the bass, some of the bass fishing tournaments as prizes that they give out to like a lot of the high school and college ones, and it's the Garmin fish finders. Here's the reason why. Okay, I know a lot of people hate fish finders. They're like, you know, it's not, you don't learn that way. Here's the thing though. It has height maps. It tells you where there's pitting, which will help you with beds. It'll help you with so much. So that part of the Garmin like would be just so awesome, because if you'd be floating, you know, on the lake, and it, you know, if there's a car or a sunk boat or anything, it'll show you the outline in 3D of what
That is cool.
underneath the water.
So that would be something cool to have for magnet fishing.
Yeah, it would be. And I mean, it'd be great too for you know, for those people that like to maybe fish those deeper depths and they don't know if there's trees down there. You know, that's one big issue here. You know, is last thing you want to be doing is trolling on the bottom and run across a shit ton of trees, because then you're all cut off. You know,
that's another reason I don't really care for freshwater, man. There's no trees in the fucking ocean. It just doesn't happen.
No, there's fucking sharks in the fucking ocean. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, and you catch them.
I don't catch sharks. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to.
I already told you it's fine, but if I lose a hand or an arm, you're casting for me for the rest of my life. I don't care if you could come to Colorado. You're doing it.
Honestly, I think y'all are going to come to Virginia and be like, man, we need to get a vacation house here.
Right? Oh, Bruce, what's going on, man? All right, so we're gonna start with Frodo. Okay, now I'm gonna help kind of get this going here. You had an opportunity to pick any combo you want or any setup you want. I'll just say setup. It doesn't have to be a combo. You can build it yourself. But what would be the dream reel that you would want?
Give me 1 second. I've actually got it
pull
saved.
it up. You just got to tell me.
I just got to remember what the name of it is. I know it's a pin, which is weird because I've never had a pin before. I've always fished with Quantum. Oh, no, I don't have it pulled up. Right now I have the Shimano pulled up because they were out of the pin. All right. Fishing reels.
See, and you're saltwater, and you said that it's a pin reel?
Yeah.
Is it the International?
No.
I mean the International. That's a really nice reel, actually. Let me see if I can find it.
It is the Pin Slammer 5 or 6. I'm bad with Roman numerals, guys. I love those, and they are great for trolling. I don't do a lot of trolling. I do a lot of like surf fishing, or stopping over top of like a reef or a wreck or something and fishing there.
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of like old lighthouses and like oil rigs and stuff, and just platforms chilling in the middle of the bay in the ocean that you can fish around, and those are great to catch fish at. So I don't do a lot of trolling. I would love to have something to do trolling, but I've never really gotten into it. I've done it a couple times down in Florida, but never really here in Virginia.
See, and that trolling is one big thing that that I did when I was younger. So that's one thing my parents like to do a lot. So we would go out at night. We would troll the back end of the reservoir by Swallows. For those of you guys that are familiar with the area, there's a lot of carp back in there. So that was fun. It was a blast just to go back there and fish. Not all of it was trolling, but that's what I remember the most is we would actually just throw, spinner or something on whatever you plan on throwing that day, and we just let it out. And one thing that I learned with trolling, and for those of you guys that maybe are gonna be first time out trolling, once you get it out, just let your line out as the boat's going forward, and then go ahead and close your bell. And the easiest thing to do, honestly, is just to loosen that drag enough to where it just starts kind of pulling out and you can hear the drag clicking, and then just tighten it up again to where you don't hear that anymore. Because then once it gets hit, once something hits it, it'll just start taking the drag out, and then that's when you pick it up, and that's the best way to troll. There's a lot of people that'll keep their drag tight, and it still works. The only problem is you're constantly having to be watching the pole, which could be a problem if you're driving the boat. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Alrighty, Bruce said we should get out sometime and make some content for our page. Chris has been out a few times lately, been good fishing already. So, I don't know, man. The trout for me has been good, and I've caught a few bass already this year, but nothing big. What I'm kind of curious about, and this is something I actually wanted to bring up in this live stream last week, but I didn't get the chance. And that's spawns. Or no, did we talk about that in our last live stream? We did.
Yeah.
So we talked about that in our last live stream. The last few years have been kind of weird, and not just here. I mean, this has been everywhere where the weather tends to kind of screw the spawns up a little bit. So I'm hoping that we get that warmer weather, and I hope it stays. I hope we don't get that late freeze, at the beginning of June like we did a few years ago, and hopefully it just plays out right on that one. But yeah, Bruce, I don't know if you're busy tomorrow, but I'm going out with a buddy from work, and I'm sure he'd be willing to pick you up at the marina if you want to go out with us, dude. He's planning on doing more bottom fishing. He's more of a bottom fishing kind of guy, but I'm gonna get out there.
Me too.
I'm gonna throw everything, dude. I'm gonna throw a little bit of everything. I'm gonna try with. Probably in the morning, I'm gonna just, I don't know, man. Probably just start.
All right, you gotta do one thing for me. You gotta get, I don't know, like, I don't know how big of a treble hook. Something like this. If I could get it to focus.
So I was gonna wait.
Get a treble hook about this big, and buy a pack of squid or a pack of shrimp, and do some bottom fishing. See if you can catch a catfish.
What was that, like a size 2?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, pretty close to it, anyways.
Oh, it might even be a 1. That's pretty true. No, it's probably a 2 or 3.
Yeah, I was thinking 3.
So this, and I was gonna wait to show this until I got a little bit further, but I don't know how far I'm gonna get. I'm gonna definitely throw this tomorrow. It's that Norman that I showed you. Since I'll actually be out far enough to where I can get that depth with it, I really, really want to try it. I have one that's similar. It was either Rapala or Rebel. I don't remember. It was really similar in color, but it was not similar in quality at all. Like this one actually has gill paint and everything on it, so I'm really stoked to try that one out. And then I'm going to be trying some different line on the bait caster tomorrow too. This is just Power Pro. I've never heard of it. It's a Spectra brand, and it's 8-pound braid. So I'm gonna try that tomorrow. I tried using 10-pound braid on that pole that I'm going to be sending to you, and I don't know, man. It's like I struggle with 10-pound braid. Like instant bird nest, dude. Like I could not control it. Yeah, but then again, too, I'm not really experienced with bait casters like I am with like some of your open reels and stuff.
No, I'm not really experienced with bait casters either. I do have experience again with the trolling reels, like you see like deep water stuff.
Yeah.
But those are considered conventional reels. instead of bait casters. So it's a little different. Like the way you cast out and do all that is way different. So it's harder to burn. In my opinion, it's harder. A lot of people still struggle with it.
Yeah. See, and like, I don't know. You see all those pictures on the Facebook pages and stuff, people saying like, oh, how do I keep this from happening? And it's a picture of just a rat nest. Horrible thing. And that's what it all boils down to, your thumb.
Yeah, just keep your thumb on it.
Your thumb, and that's like, it's kind of another thing too, that I've kind of noticed is switching grades, going from like a 6 to a 10-pound test. You got to remember, you're gonna have to have more control with your thumb with the heavier test line.
So I think what a lot of people have an issue with is using your thumb as a brake. They're scared to burn themselves. So they go out and they get gloves or something, and then they can't really fill it, so they don't put enough pressure, or they put too much pressure, and it still really messes up. No joke, guys. If you don't feel like dipping your hand in the water, lick your thumb and then do it. A little bit of moisture, and you're gonna be golden.
Yeah, and like they make I can't remember what it's called. It almost looks like a Carmex tube, and a lot of professional fishers use it. Fishermen use it. What they do is they just crack the lid open. They get their finger and they just rub it around in there, and it's like a friction type of thing. But I'm sure you can use something like, if you change your line often enough, like if you're fishing 3-4 times a week, you could probably use something even as similar as like a Vaseline or something.
Honestly, you probably use like worm oil or real oil or
Vaseline. Actually, Vaseline would probably burn you more. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that friction would probably cause it to Don't do that.
Actually, it probably worked really well the first few times until it did heat up.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I said, water, man, it's already there. Might as well use it.
Yep, for sure.
And another way you can do it is, if you're really skeptical about doing it, throw your line, like tie on right there at the water, and throw your line in the water, and it'll lubricate the whole line as you're rolling it in.
Yeah.
And then you don't really have to worry about it so much.
Okay, hold on a second.
But yeah, so I don't know. Were we still talking about setups we want?
Yeah. So we could just, and I mean, you could build it with the pole if you want, but
so
it's kind of up to you.
I want the pin. Everyone I know is going for the pin spin fisher, but I want the pin slammer 6 spinning reel. Actually, if you want to look that up real quick, so I can look up the rod that I want.
The pin smasher?
Slammer.
IV.
Pin slammer IV. And I want to pair it with.
So yes, there is his pin slammer, and I mean, compared to the last pen that we were looking at, this is significantly lower in price.
Oh yeah.
And probably just as functional. The only thing is, and this is one thing that like I just can't fish with, is any kind of spinning reel that can't hold a lot of line. Like that right there is what, maybe 50 yards?
No, way more.
Or does it just look small?
It just looks small. It's meant for like inshore, offshore fishing, so it's meant for catching big fish.
Oh, it's got the 8-to-1 gear ratio in it. It's meant for.
And I want to compare. I want to pair it with the, like I was telling you, um, the ugly stick, big water.
This is what's nice. So me and Frodo actually ran across a video the other day of a guy getting hooked on something big, and it was the tuna, I think, that we were watching, and he was talking about how hot his reel got. I mean, this was bad. It was a 3-hour fight, nothing but just running. I mean, this tuna was at a dead run the whole time, and this little piece right here, the hydrophobic line roller bearing. So this bearing here, what it'll do is it'll take some of the relief off of the reel because it's not keeping that tension
Right.
right there on that bell. So it's got a way to move that line. So it takes some of the friction off, not all of it. But I kind of wonder, how many bearings does this thing have? Hold on.
I'm not sure. I didn't really look that much into it. Because I either want that or the Shimano Sedona.
The Sedona's nice. Those are nice reels.
It's a little more expensive, but
Fun fact: you used to be able to buy the Sedonas at Walmart, and they were expensive. They were like $200 or something like that for the older Sedonas. I don't think they sell them anymore. Actually, I think all they pretty much sell is Abu now, and
they still have
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as reels go, like, and this is dead honest, Abu has been nothing but great to me for like the last 3 or 4 years. Now, I will tell you,
I've had trouble with Abu Garcia.
Yeah, see, I have not had any problems with them, but I had a nicer Shakespeare, and I mean, it was like a $50 reel that I got from Walmart a few years ago. Actually, it was when me and Bruce first started fishing together, and that damn thing.
Everyone knows I love my Shakespeares.
Tiger.
Yep, I have 3 of them, bro. 3 tigers.
Yeah, I actually have a buddy here that has a tiger, and I mean, he swears by it. Actually, you know what? I think Nico has a fucking tiger too. I think that's what his big rod is, actually, his bottom rod.
Yeah, I absolutely love them. They're great for inshore fishing. Like, honestly, like I said, I think I'm gonna hook you up with some gear when you come, but I think I'm gonna start you off with one of the tigers.
Yeah,
because they have enough tension to them. You can fight a decent sized fish, and with the right reel, I mean, it's like reeling in a small fish. Again, saltwater fish fight so much harder because they have to. But I don't know. It's still pretty smooth. It's not like what we were watching where, like, tuna ran for hours and hours and hours and hours. You might get a run for like 2 minutes and then bring some line back in. They'll run for another 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Bring some line back in. And I mean, like I said, the first time I ever caught a red drum, it was a 30-minute fight.
Where the hell is it? I just ran across it a minute ago. So these Daiwas, they're really good reels too.
I was looking at those. I just don't know much about them. That's like a Sugaling. Apparently, they're really good now. I have a Sugaling reel, and actually, that's what that rod is. The one that broke that I was showing you at the beginning.
Yeah.
It put up with some stuff, man. Like I said, I either got it off of Amazon or Wish or something, and it was $50. It was the rod, reel, 2 spools of line, and then like a little tackle box and a like neat little carrying bag that it came with.
So this is the newer model, I think. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's similar to the one that I wanted, but I can't find the right model. So this is the Van Stall, and it's just a regular spinning reel, but it runs right at about $600. So right around where most of your stuff's gonna be. And I mean, it just, dude, it's a sexy fucking reel. It is so nice looking. And what's great, it's ventilated for heat.
That is nice.
It is a ventilated reel.
You know, as crazy as it sounds, my favorite reel that I've ever owned was a Quantum. And when I got it, it was given to me, but when I got it, it was like a $200 or $300 reel. Now you can buy that same reel brand new. I guess it's still considered brand new, but like in box for like $40.
Yeah. Yep. You know, and when it comes to the rods, though, like that would be a hard decision for me, because I couldn't just pick a dream rod, because one thing, you know, the reel is one thing too, but with a rod, if I can't hold it and I can't feel the balance, I can't feel how it feels in my hand, I'm not gonna buy it. And that's what's prevented me from buying online. Luckily, the pole that Kara got for me last year for Father's Day, I actually really enjoy that rod. The only thing I would change about it is it's a really heavy action rod, so I like them a little lighter.
Right.
Mainly just for jigging, you know. It's really hard to jig with a stiff rod. So some people, I don't know, some people like stiffer rods for jigging. For me, I feel like I don't have any control. I you know, so.
Yeah, so again, that's why I like these Tigers. I'm gonna see if I can do it with just the top half. It probably won't bend so well this way, but they're stiff. They're like medium heavy, but they still have enough flex to them that you can bounce it off the bottom without, you know, yanking it. So like if you're trying to jig off the bottom, instead of having to like yank back real hard, it's just a nice little tug, and you got your motion. By the way, guys, this is kind of difficult. Just so you're aware. just using the top half and trying to bend it is a little more difficult because you don't got the leverage from the bottom.
Oh, I meant to put Frodo up there. That didn't work. You know what? I'm gonna pretend like I know what the hell I'm doing right now. I think.
What's up, everyone? Our tech guy, Chris.
There we go. I got it.
But yeah, so the Shakespeare Tiger, it has been a long time favorite of mine. I got my first one 7 years ago, and I just retired it. I bought this one this year to set up a new setup, and then I found the other one in my garage that my dad had. I mean, that one, dude, it still had the plastic on it. It still had the price tag and everything. Yeah. So now I got 3 of them. But yeah, this just half the rod. It's kind of hard to bend the tip because you don't get the leverage from the bottom half.
You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to pull out my bait caster. I think I'm going to start getting line on it because I'm not going to have time in the morning. So give me a second just so I can get that out.
Sounds good, man.
You get a sneak peek too.
So, was that you that got a message or me?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay. Yeah, so have you ever tried like review shopping for a rod to see if that worked out for you?
Have I ever tried what?
Just like review shopping, like seeing something you like the way it looks and then just like watching 10 different reviews of it to see if it's something you would be willing to try.
Oh, that's basically how I buy everything usually. I usually won't buy it unless I have like unless I could see a video of somebody that's reviewed it that actually has like a community, somebody that, you know, is knowledgeable. Because, you know, even though I have dedicated pretty much the last 2 years of my life to this, I'm still learning new stuff every day.
Oh, same.
So, you know,
I would love to learn more about, you know, freshwater fishing. I think it would be awesome to just, you know, be able to walk to the golf course and fish and actually have fun with it instead of just sitting there looking kind of dumb with a fishing pole. Because again, I don't mind going fishing and not catching anything if I know how to catch the stuff and it's just not the day for it. But when I go fishing and I don't know how to catch what I'm trying to catch, I kind of just feel about it, and I don't really want to do it.
Yeah, I feel you there. So yeah, guys, this is the pole that my parents got for me for my birthday, and I still haven't been able to use it, mainly just because I haven't gotten the chance to really do a whole lot of fishing in the last month or so, and then the baby was born. So, but yeah, this is the Mach 2. It's actually one that I've had my eyes on for a while now. It's actually a really great rod. This is one that I did tons and tons of review. I don't know what you can call it, I guess.
Review shopping. That's what I call it.
Shopping, yeah. Did a lot of review shopping on this one. And this is one that I wanted, so you know, my dad, it wasn't really much of a, like, more of a surprise as it was, you know, him just asking me, you know, hey, do you have a bait caster? You know, which one, you know, have you been looking at, you know? Yeah, this is the one that he chose. So it feels really good. It's smooth. So far, I haven't, like, so when I bought the, is that other one a lose to, or is it a Abu? I think it's Abu. But the biggest problem with the other bait caster that I originally bought is I don't think it was ever oiled, or the people in sporting goods didn't use the oil when they put it on the shelf. So when I took it out the first time, I mean, like, you can see right there how, you know, it turns really easy, really smooth. The other one, you have to force it. Like, they're like, you could tap it hard and it'll just maybe turn like a quarter turn. You know, it's stiff, and I don't know if it's an issue with the gears maybe. But yeah, it's got I think this one is, yeah, this one's 7.5. It's a 7.5 gear ratio. So
oh yeah, that would work really good for pike.
Yeah, and I mean, it's made for bigger bass. You know, that's one thing that this is actually designed for. Actually, probably bigger than what I would ever get on here locally.
What, 7.5 to 1 is what, like 50 something rotations per 360 of the handle?
Yeah. No. Would it be 360?
Yeah, it's if you're holding it up front and you turn it a half rotation, it would be to the back, and you put it back to the front. That's a 360.
Gotcha. Yeah. So the only issue I think I'm going to run into with this is, since I got 8-pound test, this is recommended 10 to 20. So I don't know. I might have some issues, but it's going to be more on the rod tip end more than anything. I think is where I'm going to struggle the most with it. So, but we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. So that's another thing I want to talk about. A lot of people crank really hard on their reel handles, and you don't have to, like, because the harder you push on it isn't gonna make it reel any faster. The speed is in your arm and in the gear ratio. You're not gonna change that by squeezing hard and, you know, trying to punch through it.
You know, but I think that's kind of a problem with most people. Like, I've noticed that a lot of...
Oh, I have too. That's why I was bringing it up.
Yeah, and I mean...
I've even caught myself doing it from time to time.
It's not even just with that, it's with everything. There's a lot of newer anglers, and this is something I did when I first started, and I'm sure everybody kind of did, is, like, you see these people that, start getting really heavy into fishing, and they think for some odd reason they have to set the hook like they're getting ready to swing a baseball bat or something. I don't know. So, I don't know. One recommendation I can make is the more gentle you are, just in general, with any of your gear, it's going to improve your fishing and it's going to make your gear last longer. I can't tell you how many.
That's a freshwater thing. Real, I completely agree. Gentle with it. You don't want to, try and push through the gears. You want them to do the work, and you just keep the tension on it. However, setting a hook on bigger fish in saltwater, you gotta put some ass behind it. Because if you bump set it like you would with even like a catfish, like catfish get pretty big, but you don't want to yank real hard back on a catfish because they will let go.
Yeah.
Saltwater fish don't, man.
Well, it's the same with bass too,
Saltwater fish let go if it's too smooth. Like if it's too light, they're gonna okay. But if you try and yank it from them, they want it more. They're kind of like children. The more you want to take it from them, the more they want it.
Well, it's like that one guy we seen in the video the other day that we were watching that video. That hook set where we were like, whoa, what the hell? Like, what the hell were you trying to land? We could have landed a fucking whale with that hook set.
Right. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, saltwater fish, that's kind of how you got to fish. Which makes sense, because he did say he was originally from Florida, so he probably did a lot of saltwater fishing.
Yeah.
And he, transferred over, as he got older, because it is a little tougher. When you got to fight a fish for so long, it gets tiring. It's fun, but it does get tiring. So I understand switching to saltwater, or from saltwater to freshwater from time to time, or as you get older.
I am really struggling getting this fucking line into this big one. There we go.
Have you ever come across one of those reels that has a line pin? Instead of just tying the line around the reel itself, it has a pin that you're supposed to tie the line to?
Yeah.
Have you ever had any luck with those?
It was pretty much all I had back in the day. I mean, the old Zebcos were like that.
Really?
Yeah. The old school Zebcos, they had that little pin you had to wrap the line around. They kind of just help hold that line still.
Okay.
I don't think it was really a requirement. Like, you didn't have to use that. It just made lining your...
Well, right. It makes tying it on a little bit easier. But every time I've tried to use it, I always get it bunched up on the sides and then real thin in the center. Which is another reason I'm, not really particular on bait casters. I'd rather use a good spinning row. There go the dogs. All right, screw it. I know I said we weren't going to talk about it. Dreamboat, let's do this.
Oh, dude, mine's just a bass tracker all day. Mine's not even an expensive boat.
Well, that's no fun. I guess that's all you really need there, though, man. Here, there's so many different styles of fishing, so many different areas, so many different depths, so many different water parameters. I can go out in the James River on probably a bass boat, right? I could probably even go out partly into the Chesapeake Bay on a bass boat. But if I wanted to go further out in the bay, like closer towards like the ocean, I would need something a little bit bigger, like a center console or something like that. And then if I wanted to go past that and to like the ocean, I would need something probably with at least a small cabin on it.
Yeah.
But dude, I was going through all the different websites of boat manufacturers, like just building boats to see which one I could build the cheapest for what I wanted it to be. I couldn't build anything, nothing new for under like 600,000.
Really?
Yeah. I wonder if I set my location to your location, if it'd be cheaper. Because I was actually talking to Corey about that before we went fishing. We were talking about getting a boat or building a boat or something. I was like, nah, man, we just need to go to Colorado and buy a boat. I was like, because they're so much cheaper.
They are cheaper, but our tax is a lot higher on everything here too, so.
Well, that doesn't matter. I'd register it here.
Yeah, but you still got to pay sales tax on it.
So I'm not 100% certain, but I believe boats are registered just like cars here. So what you write on the title of how much you pay for it is how much it's taxed. And here's a little secret, guys. If you don't know this and you live in Virginia, any used car you buy, don't let the other person put the price on it. Just have them sign it and you fill out the rest of the stuff and put that you bought that car for $100.
Yeah, that's what people do here too, or they'll gift it.
Yeah. But yeah, $100, you only pay like, I think it's like $30 sales tax. It's probably less than that. I think it's like $20 per $100 or something like that. But the lowest you can put is $100. Like you could put $1 if you wanted to, but you're still paying the same amount of taxes if you put $100. But if you put $200, you pay a little more tax. If you put $300, you pay a little more tax.
I'm really struggling with this.
But yeah, my dream boat, man. Oh, it was so pretty. It was actually a Mako, which I didn't think I would like the new Makos just because of like the whole shape. But it was nice. It had underwater LEDs. I had it set up with outriggers. I mean, this thing was ready to go from the river to the ocean and fish the whole way. It had a refrigerator, a shower, a full kitchen. It was nice. But again, it was like $680,000. And you know me, man. It was like, do you want this extra seating? And it showed little diagrams of where it would be. And I clicked it and it was like around the motor. I was like, no, that's fishing area. So I didn't take any of the extra seating and it was still that price. Like I didn't even take any of that like extra storage stuff. Like there was a section where you could put like a cooler. And it was tucked away in the hole, but it was either a cooler or a rod storage. I was like, rod storage. But it also had, the rod holders on the top. It was like 6 across It had rod storage on both sides where you pull down little flaps and you have 2 rods on each side. I had it to where you could have 6 people on the boat comfortably, according to them. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 fishing poles.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I said, it was set up to go from the river to the ocean and fish the whole way. Outriggers. It had at least, I think it was 8 pole holders outside pole holders. So the poles would be like right at the water. It was nice, dude. And then I clicked the price and I was like, oh no, exit. Oh, and I do want to, like I was saying, I want to get the stuff for making baits before the season really gets started. But the thing I was telling you about on Bass Pro is they're already out. Like, they already sold out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually going to pull up a video on this Mark II because I want to make sure that I'm actually lining this right. Let's see.
All right, y'all. Today on Beyond the Bounds, I'm going to go over one of my favorite ways to ride reel really fast with new line. Stay tuned. It's coming up.
You know what's kind of great about you know me, like trying to really think about what kind of boat I'm gonna want in the future is the fact that if I keep building my credit over the next year, I will actually probably be able to buy a newer tracker, like something from like the mid 2000s, you know, not something super fancy, but something that'll cost like under 15 grand. Can you wait, please? I told you already, dude. I don't know why you're in. Fucking kids, man. They don't listen to me at all, I swear. Okay, hold on. Let's see what this guy's doing. But yeah, I really want to finance something and just that way, you know, I just gotta make payments on it and it's mine. You know, it runs. I don't have to build anything. Like,
yeah. Yeah, see, we're talking about building a pontoon boat, you know, just to get out in a little bit deeper water, out on the Chickahominy or the James or even New York, and do, you know, little deep water fishing. I don't think we'd ever get a pontoon to handle the bay very well. But you know, I'm gonna try it.
Whatever you're from there, all you need to do is
I'm gonna be like, hey guys, I got a spot where we can go fish. And then I'm just gonna shoot us straight out towards the bay. Everyone's like, no, we can't go out there. I'm like, yeah, we're doing it.
The line down, and then just roll it around. This is not going to affect your casting or anything like that. You just roll it on pretty fast, and there you go. It's ready to be spooled. You just spool it off. It doesn't matter.
I wonder if we can get a copyright for being able to hear his video.
well, that's why I'm kind of skipping through it. I'm not actually just letting it play through.
I'm just curious. I don't really care, to be honest. We're going to take money we don't have.
Dude, that's what I'm not understanding, dude. Like, this is weird. This doesn't make sense to me. I think there's something like messed up with this fucking baitcaster, possibly.
Wait, have you ever used a tiger rod?
No.
You should.
Like I said, I've known other people that have had them though.
You should see if Nika will let you use his a couple times.
Oh, I'm sure it would.
Alright, I got 8-foot ceilings, man. Check this out. Can you see the top of that?
Yeah.
I got 8-foot ceilings. I think that's what I like best about them is they're 7-foot rod, but they're not like super heavy, so it's not like you can't use it somewhere where a shorter rod would be more beneficial. You could still use the Tiger. Man, the rod I was trying to use today, I saw it next to, I don't even know what the other one was, but I think it was like maybe 4.5, 4.6, something like that. And it was like towering over the little rod I was using. Like, I didn't think it was that small until I cashed it out and saw it next to the other one. It was tiny.
Wow, this is so weird. It's not. What the hell is going on with this thing?
Ooh, we gotta get Mary to change that.
To change what?
On the Facebook. It says just 3 guys talking about random stuff.
Yep, we do gotta change that. Dude, why isn't... Dude, I think something's wrong with this thing.
What's happening?
So... Like, I'm trying to line it, right?
Right.
And no matter how much I adjust my drag or my brake, there's no tension in the center at all. So when I'm actually reeling, it's not like,
It's not pulling in line, it's just free spinning.
yeah, it's just free spinning.
Is there a free spin feature?
I don't think so. I've been looking out. No, I don't think so.
Huh. That is weird. Oh, we're live on Co.Fishing as well as Fishing and Outdoor?
Yeah, I went live on everything that it would let me go live on.
Nice. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't know we could do that. Is there any tackle that you would want? Like a specific bait? One specific bait, if you could have it, what would it be?
honestly, like an expensive bait, or if I just had one choice of one bait, then that's it.
No, like an expensive bait, like something you specifically want for you to go into the summer.
Probably have to say a whopper plopper, honestly. I mean, they're not super expensive, but they're more than I want to pay for one, honestly.
Yeah, that is true. They're up there for, single plastic. I was thinking I want one of those like snake swim baits. I don't know how well they work. I don't know how they would work here, to be honest.
So I have a couple of swim baits. I tend to use them quite a bit, but
I'm talking about the snakes though. They're like, like a foot and a half, 2 feet long, and they're complete. Like it looks like a snake swimming in the water.
that actually would be kind of cool. I didn't know they made them that long.
Yeah, dude, they're awesome. Honestly, I don't know if there's any companies that make them. I know Marling Baits has made a couple of them, and I've seen a couple other people on YouTube that have made them. But dude, they just look so awesome. Y'all got Dollar Trees there?
Yeah.
All right. You remember back in like the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, the mystery bag in the toy aisle?
Yeah, they still do them here occasionally.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. I wish they still did them here. I would totally get one. Like, I would literally go up there every week and buy one. But you remember the little plastic snakes that came in them?
Yeah.
It's like that, but it has hooks on it.
Huh.
Like I said, I don't know if I'd ever use it. I highly doubt I'd ever catch anything on it. But I just want one. I think it'd be cool to cast out and just, excuse me, watch it come back in.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Oh, and did I tell you that I tried the jig with the 2 spoons on it that I put the half of lizard on? I loved the action on it. Absolutely loved it. Didn't get a single bite. Like, not even any interest. There were no fish chasing it. Nothing. And then I tried a couple different hard plastics. Nothing on those. And then I tried a ribbon worm. Yeah, excuse me. It's not that late. Why am I yawning? I tried a ribbon worm, and that got the most interest, but I never got any bites still. I had a couple little tiny panfish follow it, but none of them grabbed it. Yeah, dude, I seriously tried fishing yesterday. I seriously tried fishing today. I went from my weakest fishing yesterday, where I didn't catch anything, to kind of what I'm best at, which is, bottom fishing with chunk bait. Didn't catch anything. Corey caught that catfish. I mean, dude, you saw that catfish. It was nice. My line, no joke, was 10 feet away from his. In same direction, 10 feet. Fish went to his.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
There's got to be something you're missing. I don't think I've ever bought... Stop yawning, jeez. I don't think I've ever bought a fishing reel that was broken out of the box. Actually, I take that back, because I have bought one that I lined up fine, but the drag was somehow broken to where any weight on it, it wouldn't reel in. It would just
That's exactly what's happening with this right now. Like, exactly what's happening with this. Gotta have something to do.
See, I wish it was as simple as a spinning rod, though. I could take one of those apart and fix it in no time. I don't know anything about baitcasters. I can't take a baitcaster apart. I'm scared to.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the hell is going on with this thing.
I just thought of a challenge I might do.
What's that?
All right. The old fishing pole right here above my head.
Uh-huh.
I might pull that down one of these days and see if I can catch a fish with it.
Oh, I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to.
I'm gonna use a vintage reel and everything, dude. Like, I'm taking it back to like the 70s.
The old school fucking Zebco 20s.
Right?
Dude, fucking everybody dogs on Zebco so much, but most people like don't understand that like Zebco was the shit for years, bro. Like,
a lot of people talk trash about these too, which I don't understand why. There's a Shimano FX300 with the rear drag instead of front drag.
uh-huh.
I think it's awesome.
I have one of them somewhere. It's the one that I was gonna send you because I have like the parts are in there.
Yeah, so I also really like, I don't know why fishing reels stopped using these, but the quick release to where you can do one-handed casts. Why did people stop putting these on their reels?
I have no idea.
I mean, you'd reel in, you can get your line on your finger, and then you'd hit this little tab, and you'd be ready to cast. But now you gotta reel in, grab your line, take your other hand, flip your bell open. You can tell this wasn't mine. Shimano FX300 graphite. Does this say what the gear ratio is?
If it's older, it's probably old school 4-to-1, probably.
All right, 360. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spins per 360. That's 4.5 to 1, maybe 5 to 1. I don't know. I'm still learning about gear ratios. I could be completely wrong.
I did a lot of research on them a while back, like back when I used to play like Fishing Planet, but I don't remember half of it.
I was doing it recently, and it's just, you would think 4 to 1 would be it spends 4 times per one 360. Well, that is not how it works at all.
Yeah, dude, there is something seriously fucking wrong with this thing.
That's another thing I like about these old reels, man. You don't have to put a lot of pressure to set the bell back down. Like the reels that came on the Tigers, I don't like them. I don't like Tiger reels. I like their rods. I don't like their reels. I was using one today just because that's what I had most conveniently. What I had with the easiest convenience. Anyways, I cast out and I'd leave the bell open and I'd try and bump the handle to close it, and it would spin just a little bit, but it wouldn't close and it would just lock up. I would manually have to close it. And that bugs me. I don't like it. For anyone watching, it should be this easy. That's it, right there. When you have to... Well, I can't even do it with this. It's so smooth. When you have to, like, bump it real hard, that's not good. It should just be a smooth transition from open to closed. You still having trouble with that?
Yeah, I think something's either broken on it or...
What reel is it?
This is the Mach 2. Lose Mach 2.
Lose Mach 2.
Yeah, I'm not getting any resistance at all.
.2 to 1. A lot of people say that it's cracking. That's weird.
Oh,
You get it figured out?
no.
I was reading through other people that are having similar issues with it, and everyone keeps just saying take the side plate off. But isn't that something you do if it backlashes real bad?
Yeah, probably, but I mean, like, I just don't know what taking the side plate off is gonna do, because I mean, I've had it off like 50 times and it doesn't. See, like, okay, so it's spinning fine
Right.
with this, right? But the second I put any kind of tension on it, it doesn't move at all. Doesn't matter. I could set the drag to fucking max. I could set the brake high. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't change anything. Like, setting the drag to max anywhere, like, it should be moving under my thumb. Pressure on it.
All right, this is gonna sound dumb because it kind of is, but I've had that issue with the bait caster before. And what I did is I held the free spin, like how you cast it, the little button you click, hold that about 1/2 to 3/4 down and try and reel it in.
Just makes a clicking noise when I do that.
Oh yeah, that's weird. Does it have tension under your thumbnail though?
No.
Huh.
Dude, I could close it completely and I could still spin it in the center. Something's not engaging right or something.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, not to like get off subject, I was reading other people that have been having issues with it, and this person commented it didn't help in any way. Like their comment does not help, but it says my kid backlashes on spinning rows that require removing the side plate. They're not getting bait casters until they learn how not to do this with spinning rows. How do you do that with a spinning row?
I don't know.
The worst thing I've ever had happen with a spinning row is the line got underneath the spool and I just had to take the spool off and pull it out.
Yeah.
I've never had to dissect a whole friggin' reel though. Alright, let's see. Not. How to fix if your baitcaster won't take in line. What's up, YouTube?
As you see here, I have removed spool tension. I've got to adjust
How many of these do I have open? What is happening? Alright, I think that's better.
is completely maxed out, nothing at all, just absolutely bites. So what
Hey,
I
we're
did
watching the same video.
out one time before, but it's
Are we?
Yeah.
fishing that
I do with the red and black abu.
earlier last week.
Yeah.
It became an issue.
Okay, that actually makes sense. If you take the drag adjustment and tighten it up like as tight as you can get it, and then bring it back and then tighten it up again. It's probably just the gear wasn't contacting anything. No, I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, by the way, I got it. I figured it out.
Ah.
Yeah, so what I was doing wrong was when I was setting the drag, it was opposite of the line or it was opposite of the spool tension.
Wait, what?
What the fuck? What just happened?
It should be forward tight for both of them, right?
Huh?
It's turn it forward like towards the rod tip to tighten both of them, right?
Yeah, I was keeping the spool too loose when I was adjusting the drag, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway because the spool was loose.
Gotcha.
You know what's funny? There's nothing wrong with that Abu Garcia that I'm sending to you. I just fucking realized it had the same problem.
That's a go. I'll try it out. Great American Survival. Huh. Oh, hey, look, we're live now.
Now I can get my line tight.
You know, I can't find this live on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, and it's clearly on there, but I
Yeah,
can't.
because people are commenting from it. That's weird.
Like, I found where you shared it, but it's just a link to the YouTube. Oh, there it is. Found it.
Oh yeah, buddy, we are in business now. We are in business, boys.
Nice.
Finally got the line on this shit. I'm going on this shit. Oh god. Well, it lets you add a reaction. The smiley reaction.
Yeah, I just found it.
Oh, okay.
Mike just messaged me back.
About what?
I sent him the link to the video and he just messaged back with a thumbs up. I'm like, dude, we're still live. Come hang out, bro. Broski.
All right, so I got another one for you. If you were to throw any kind of soft plastic right now, what would you throw? Besides a Senko, no Senkos.
Fluke.
Fluke? This time of year, you'd be throwing a fluke?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's my go-to. I've never really had love with Senkos. I do want to try them in saltwater. I know it's not common, but I do want to try it.
See, and that's so weird to me, too. Like, you would think that people would use Senkos a lot in saltwater.
I mean, worms don't really go in saltwater. However, live bait, bloodworms work great for saltwater fishing.
Oh, this braid is fucking hot. Just burning the fuck out of my finger.
I've never had that happen. I don't know. I guess my finger's just that rough. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was making a video, like I was editing a video before we hopped on here. Dude, I haven't caught anything this whole season so far.
Really?
Yeah, from like late February to now, I have not caught a single thing.
Wow.
I need to stop freshwater fishing.
Nah, you just got to do it more. You got to figure out what works in your water, you know?
That's just it, man. All right, so I came across this other guy on here on YouTube. I'm trying to find him again because I'd love to make a video with him or, you know, just get in touch with him, talk about what works for him. But I've tried similar stuff to what he was using. Like, me and him have apparently been following each other around for the past week without even knowing it. I've gone to the spot he went to like 2 days after him. He went to the spot I went to recently, like a day after me. He keeps catching stuff using very similar stuff, like down to color, size, hook size. I mean, we're using super similar stuff, and he's catching stuff, and I'm not.
Is it a possibility that you're being too aggressive for freshwater?
I don't think so, dude, because I like finesse fishing. Because, all right, so with saltwater in particular, jigging works really well for flounder, even drum, typically puppy drum, not bull drum. And you won't catch a full size on a jig more than likely.
Mike, what's up, buddy?
You can catch bluefish jigging. But typically when I do that, it's a light bounce. Let it touch the bottom, bounce it up. Let it sink down, touch bottom, bounce it up. It's the strike that, you're really going to be forceful with in saltwater. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Like I said, I like finesse fishing. I just can't seem to get it to work. I just think freshwater fish don't like me. Dude,
We have a fucking vendetta.
I'm serious, man. Like, all right, so I've caught 3 bass, about 5 yellow perch, and like 2 or 3 bluegills and 1 shellcracker. My entire lifetime freshwater fishing. I can go into brackish water, which is like a mix of both, and I'll catch like tiny, I don't know if they're perch. They're not yellow perch. They look like perch though. And I can catch catfish almost all day, every day. Today was just a bad day for me fishing. But yeah, dude, I just can't catch stuff in fresh water. Could it be the line though? Like, how important
Are you using mono?
I've used mono. I've used braided. I've used clear mono. That was 8-pound or 10-pound test. I've used braided, 15, 20, and 50-pound test. I've used all sorts of stuff, man. I don't know. Could it be the way I'm tying it on? Maybe.
Possibly.
That's gonna make a difference, right?
No, no. Yeah, it could be, because if you're tying on and you're not getting your knot just right, it could be affecting the action. But I mean, typically no. I mean, especially if you're like trying for like trout or something, you know what I mean? They're stupid, dude. They're not smart fish at all.
All right, so typically when I tie a knot, I hold whatever the bait is or hook or whatever, and I twist it 5 or 6 times. I run the line back through the bottom hoop and then back up through the big hoop and tie it off that way. I don't know if that makes a big difference with, the action. But, I mean, that's how I did it when I was up north, when I caught, which this is sad to say, dude. Most of those fish I caught were in the last 2 years at one place. The shellcracker, a bluegill, 2 of the yellow perches, and 1 of the bass were all at one place. And I was using, I already taped up your box, I can't even show you. It was a little teeny tiny. I don't know if it was a chatterbait or a jerkbait. I don't know. It was tiny, and it caught me fish. But I tried using it here, closer to like here in the 757 area.
Yeah.
Nothing. Which is funny because it came from one of those subscription boxes that is supposed to be built catered to where you live. But clearly the stuff catered to where I live doesn't work where I live. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm either doing something wrong or the fish don't like me.
Okay, I'm starting to kind of figure out the breaks on that.
Is that just a spoon?
Yeah, I'm just using it as a weight,
Right.
just so I can adjust my break.
Speaking of, I was thinking of trying something different on this drum lure I got. So it's supposed to have another treble hook on the back, which I'm gonna put another one back on it. But I was thinking of opening this spoon up some and putting that over the hook loop and then putting the hook on. What you think? That way it has a little like tail to pitch water.
Maybe. I've tried adding shit to fucking crankbaits before, and I've just never had good luck with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've never had luck with this lure. I know it'll work because I've seen people use very similar stuff here. I've just never had luck with this one, so I figured trying to add something to it might help.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah, what's up, caveman? Might be in a bad location with low fish in the area and lake
Amen!
at the water, clear and murky. What won't work? And it won't work out. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I still might try it. I got this in one of those, like I said, tackle boxes that's supposed to be for my area. That doesn't work very well for my area. So but yeah, excuse me. Dude, I've tried fishing super clear water and I've gone from soft plastics that are dark to moderate to super bright. I've used top water, I've used jigs, I've used crankbaits and like ploppers. It's just I don't know, man. Like I said, I just think freshwater fish don't like me. They're like, no, that's Bobby. Don't bite that hook.
Fuck that guy.
Could you imagine if fish were actually like that?
That's a pretty good drop, guys. So like now that I've kind of got this figured out now, because this is a little bit different than some of the other bait casters that I've used in the past, but I got pretty good break on it, so it drops real nice and slow. It's not dropping too fast. I know it's kind of hard to see. I should probably do this outside during the day or something. So and I mean that it all boils down to the weight of stuff that you're using. So you got to make sure that you're adjusting your brake to what you're using when it comes to weight too. So if you're using like a lighter jerk bait, maybe say you're using an 1/8 ounce jerk bait, 1/8 ounce jerk bait instead of a 1/2 ounce or something like that. Then you want to compensate by using your brake for that, just because if not, you're gonna end up with that backlash. You end up with the fucking nest, and it's just not gonna be a good day.
Yeah. Have I tried scents? I haven't tried any scents yet. I haven't really. All right, so my entire life, I've caught very few freshwater fish, and that's how I started. Like, my dad got me into fishing forever and a day ago, like back when I was like 5, 6 years old. So, I mean, freshwater is where I started, and that's where I got a love for fishing. Was just being on the water, casting and reeling in. I was a kid. That was fun for me. Now that I've gotten older and a little more competitive, I actually like catching the fish. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy going out fishing, and if I don't catch anything, a good day fishing is still better than a bad day.
Oh,
a bad day fishing is still better than not fishing at all. But if I can help it, I'd rather go somewhere that I know how to fish it properly.
Yep. And that's something that we've talked about in previous videos a long time ago when we first started on TikTok, and just stuff that me and Frodo have done just over the last few years. That is the biggest tip that I would give to anybody: is going out, your day is what you make it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go out there with the assumption that you're going to go out there and catch a bunch of fish, you're going to be super disappointed, and you probably ain't going to want to fish for like a few weeks or a month because you're still throwing a tantrum over it. Every time I go out, what I call it.
See, that's how I feel with freshwater, dude. That is how I feel with freshwater, because no matter what I do,
mindset, dude, like just go out there and like this is what I tell my kids: you're out here to enjoy nature. Like that's what.
No. I get it. And I do enjoy being out there, and I do enjoy just sitting on the water. But man, dude, when you use everything, and I mean everything in your tackle box, and you still don't even get a bite, it's so frustrating.
Oh, you're like, and I mean, and it's like with that advice though, it's not that I don't do that. There's days where I go out and I'm like, you know what, dude, I'm so mad. I haven't caught shit in like 2 weeks. Like, I'm done fucking fishing. Fuck it. I'm gonna start doing something.
I'll never be done with fishing. Like I said, if I don't catch anything in freshwater, 2 days later I'm somewhere where there's actual fish. Because
but
to me, freshwater fish aren't even actual fish, man. They're tiny, they're puny, they don't put up a good fight.
Yeah, but like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, when you get frustrated and you're like, fuck it, I'm not fishing anymore. Like, I'm done. Yeah, I did it. And I mean, I don't know. To me, I mean, it's something that's common, All
right, so that's not even my problem. My problem is when I don't catch anything, I do get discouraged. But like I said, I'll go through like half the box and nothing in it works. And then I'll just get discouraged. I'm like, I'm not changing it again. And then I'll just sit there and cast the same thing that's still not working another 100 times. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Why am I doing this?
Yep. So this is angler's rule of thumb. For those of you guys that like... Oh, wait, hold on. Dude, here in the UK, freshwater go upwards of 50 pounds. Yeah, see, that's fucking insane, dude. Like,
you can get catfish like that here. But I prefer catching brackish water catfish just because they fight a little bit better.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, when you say a little bit, I mean it is a little bit because most catfish really aren't too big of fighters usually. You know, most of the time they're pullers. I call them pullers. They got that weight and that brute.
Yeah. So
So
typically, if you ever get a chance to see a catfish fight your line, typically what they do is they'll turn around on it and it'll wrap over them. They won't let it stay to the side. They'll actually let it wrap over them, and then they'll just go down to the bottom. And their whole strategy is just to get to the bottom and stay there.
yep. And I mean they will stay there too.
Oh yeah. Like I said, they'll use more than their swimming force to fight you. They'll literally use their body mass to hold the line as well. In the lake near me, there's a carp that is 90. Wow. What type of carp gets that heavy? Grass carp?
Grass carp probably would get into that range.
I do know in Asia, I don't know what part of Asia, but in Asia there is a type of carp that gets really big.
Yeah, the Asian carp.
Is it just called an Asian carp?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm almost 100% positive it's just an Asian carp.
I thought the Asian carp was the silver carp that's like taking over the Mississippi.
Oh, I mean, it still could be the same type of carp. See, that's the thing about carp, though, too. Like, carp is another one of those fish that grow to their environment. You know what I mean? So, well, I don't know. The UK doesn't really have big waters as far as, like inshore waters.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, that'd be more of a question for caveman, honestly. Which, by the way, bro, how the fuck have you been? I have not talked to you in a few weeks.
I know. Dude, I haven't talked to him in months. I'm not a fan of catfishing. Dude, I love catfishing. I won't even lie. Again, I prefer brackish water fishing for catfish. Just because they actually try and fight you instead of just diving down to the bottom. But I love catfishing. I will do catfishing all day, every day, over trying to catch bass.
See, here's my take on the whole thing. So, when it comes to any sort of bait fishing, it's not that I don't like it. It's I don't have the fucking patience for it. That's the problem. That's my problem. I just don't have the patience for any kind of bait fishing at all.
You will when you get a big fish.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. I mean, I would love to go out and just throw some heavy poles out and catch, bigger carp or saltwater, bigger stuff than that. But it's if I'm bait fishing, that's why I get my double rod stamp here in Colorado, is because if I have a line out with bait on it, I have to have something that I'm doing while I'm waiting for that bell to go off, because it's just.
Wait, you have to have a secondary thing for that?
Yeah, we're only allowed to have 2 poles in Colorado, and you can only fish with one unless you have your double rod stamp.
Wow, dude, you're gonna love it here.
Yeah, I could have 20 fucking poles there, and nobody'd give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that luxury here.
You could line the beach, bro. I'm not even joking. You could line the beach.
Another thing I want to show you guys. Bass Dynasty. Just bass attractant. Fucking works great, dude.
Been busy trying to sort stuff out, but I'm doing okay. How about you? A lot of the carps here are in massive lakes that have been around. Yeah. I've never caught a carp. Dude, I actually got really excited to do carp fishing. I went out and got the What are they called? I don't remember now. The weighted thing where it's weighted at the bottom and you like pack the dough in the top of it.
Yeah, you're talking about one of those, the springs on it. Except
not
as a
quite,
weighted
not
bottom
quite,
on
but
it.
it's similar.
Yeah, the only
It's,
difference is that the carp
It's like
puts on the
egg-shaped.
weight.
It's about this big, and then it has like a cage over the top of it that you just pack like dough into, and then your hook is on a line that goes through it that you just pack inside the dough.
Damn, dude, my boxes are so fucked up. Like, I really need to go through all of this shit so bad.
Dude, that's big, man. Carp,
That is.
common carp get what? 20 pounds, 30 pounds?
You can get them up to 40 here, but I mean, like between 30 and 40, that's pretty much state record sizes for most states, I think.
Feeder fish. I think it's method feeder. That's what it's called. Yeah, method feeder. Dude, I was excited. I wanted to do some carp fishing. I went out and got method feeders. I had like 3 of them, and I did like days, weeks of research of how to make different baits for it. And I ended up making 3 or 4 different ones, and I packed them. I got out there. I went fishing. I got a lot of action, but none of them actually sucked the hook up. And I guess I did something wrong with the baits because they were disintegrating too fast.
I bet you weren't waiting long enough to set the hook.
I mean, probably not.
Yeah, you're probably just getting a little too antsy. I have that problem a lot with finesse and bass. Like, if I catch one and it's good size, bro, like, anytime I get a little hit, I just get too fucking antsy and I fucking start pulling, bro. Like, it's not good. And then, like, that's another thing, too, you know, for those of you guys that are watching that are just trying to get into it.
As long as your muscles keep up. Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind trying to get back into carp fishing, but I don't know where to do it here. I don't think they're very common here. So,
I fucking guarantee you can find them everywhere, like, in the river at night. And
you think I can find them in the river? Honest? Seriously?
Yeah. Did you see that fucking carp that Kara pulled out a few years ago out of the river? I bet you
y'all's river is a little bit different than ours.
I bet you that thing was 9 pounds at least.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll order a method feeder and find a good bait to make.
Shit, I would.
Oh, actually, caveman, I know for a fact the best thing to put on the hook before you put it in the dough ball is corn.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Corn does so good here. But here's the thing. So we got to be real careful with how we use our corn here, because if it's not on a hook, it's against the law.
Really?
Yep. It is considered chumming if it is not on a hook.
So y'all can even use method feeders then?
No, because we can't chum. Chumming's illegal here. Now, I mean, there's certain types of method feeding that we probably try that's like, I don't know. I guess it would depend on where you're fishing at, honestly. Oh.
Huh. So maybe we'll do some freshwater fishing while you're out here too.
Oh, dude, guaranteed.
In ways that you're not allowed to do it there, with multiple fishing poles.
So here's what we normally do. Okay, so if you have 2 or 3 people
Yeah. We're allowed to.
They
We're
go
allowed
out
to chum here. We can chum the bay. We can chum the ocean. We can chum in the rivers. The only places we can't chum are estuaries, the river mouth, or the bay mouth. You can't chum where the waters meet. You can only chum in the waters, if that makes sense. So, like, if you're at the mouth of the river, like right near the Chesapeake Bay, you can't chum there. But if you go 100 yards into the bay or 100 yards upriver, you can chum. Where did that was weird.
Well, I was trying to see. Okay, I will be right back. I'm gonna go get some batteries for this so I can calibrate it, and I'm gonna grab a drink too. So I'll be back here in a minute.
All right. Right, exactly, caveman, exactly. That's kind of what I do here too. Like I said, you missed it earlier. I don't really do trolling fishing. I would like to get into it, but personally, I like sitting and just throwing out a bait, whether it be live bait or chunk bait, and just letting it hang out near the bottom, and then see what takes it. But I'd like to get into trolling. I would really like to do like trolling fishing for like marlin. I think that would be fun. But yeah, we typically go out. We'll have a line designated for bait fish, which here is usually like croaker. 1 or 2 lines designated for something like you would take home to eat, a good 12, 14 inches. And then a line or 2 for, the big fish that you don't really want to take home to cook, but you want to catch just to say you caught it. Same. Well, we don't have prawns here. We have shrimp. I use shrimp a lot and squid. Squid works really well. In fact, I even use squid in freshwater for catfish because they love it. Nice, dude. I've never caught cod. I think it's too warm where I'm at for cod, to be completely honest. The biggest fish I've ever caught was a shark. I don't know how much it weighed, but it was about 9 feet, give or take, maybe 8 feet, somewhere in there. And I don't remember if it was a dusky or a sandbar shark. It was a decent size though. Chris doesn't know it yet, but I'm setting up a shark setup for him. Dog biscuits, yeah. What part, like, are you near Kent? Right. Yeah, like I said, I don't even think we have right here. You want to go shark fishing? Honestly, you should be able to catch them out there. Actually, you should be able to catch like really cool sharks out there, like sand tigers. You used to live near Kent, though. Gotcha. I know they do a lot of shark fishing down like on the Isle of Sheppey. But yeah, y'all have different sharks than we do here, just because of like the temperature difference. Bull sharks are everywhere. So if you want to catch bull sharks, that's simple. You just do it. Great whites, you might actually have great whites up there. I think they're probably more common down near me and like Australia, Africa, whatnot. And then I'm trying to think. Y'all definitely got bull sharks. Everywhere has bull sharks. Sand tigers. Wait, y'all have tiger sharks? That's crazy. Blue tip and something else, can't remember. Tiger sharks, those are usually like really tropical, like really tropical. Like we don't even have tiger sharks here. You got to go down south for that. Oh man, I just got an idea. Okay, yeah. I mean, they're pretty similar. Dogfish, frilled, bramble. Alright, so dogfish are fun to catch if you're trying to catch them. If you're not trying to catch them, they're just annoying. Frilled sharks, I don't really know much about those. I do know they put up a fight though. Bull sharks are gonna put up a hell of a fight every time. I'm not sure what a gulper is. Is that like a whale shark or a megamouth?
I can get all my shit adjusted for tomorrow.
He's got his life preserver, y'all.
I do. That is another thing that is required in the state of Colorado.
It's all right. Here's how stupid the law about those are here. It is required to have one on your vessel per person, but it is not required to wear them at any time.
Oh, yeah, you're required to have one for each person, but I'm pretty sure you're required to wear them at all times.
Not here.
I think there's some rules against that with tournament fishing. I think with tournament fishing, you're allowed to not have it on as long as it's a supervised tournament.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not even 100% sure on that, honestly. I think every lake's kind of different. It's how they
Can't
run.
send a link. It's too big. Are you on the Fishing and Outdoor Discoveries Facebook? Because if you are, you can send one on there, or just post a picture of it, and I'll approve it. But yeah, here in Virginia, you don't have to wear it. You just have to have one on the vessel.
Yep, here it is a requirement. Oh fuck, I don't have much more time left because I gotta get up early. But Caveman, I know you don't have a webcam, dude, but I can send you a link if you want to come in with your audio. If you'd rather talk.
If he has a cell phone, he can hop on that way.
Hey, he don't really like to cam up either, though, so that's not his
That's
thing.
fine.
But I mean, right now we're towards the end anyway, so it don't matter. It's a lot easier than fucking
Well,
having.
hell, he's an avid fisherman. Let's have him as our guest 1 week.
Yeah. Yeah, Cave, if you want, I can send you a link.
Or
I don't feel like being. Yeah. You don't have to be on cam, dude. I already know how you are with cam, dude. I'm not gonna make you be on cam. But if you want to join with voice, you can join with voice. I'll send you an invite. Hold on.
it'll ask you when you first start to accept cam and audio. Just click it and then you can turn your camera off. Like cover it up and turn it off.
Oh shit! You know what? Here, I'll just send it to you in Discord. It'll probably be easier.
Okay, gotcha.
There he is. Let's bring him in. What's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
I like how it says
God damn, I missed that sexy voice. Where the fuck have you been?
I know, dude. It's
been
been a
busy,
while
bro.
since I've heard you.
It's been a while since I spoke to you guys, to be fair. It's nice to see yous again.
Oh,
Miss
dude,
these
I
little
know.
streams you have with your fishing stuff, bro.
What's that?
I miss these little streams you've been having with your fishing stuff.
Yeah,
Been a
dude, we haven't
while.
been able to do a whole lot lately. Like, after I had the baby, it's like my whole fucking world went, like, backwards. And you know what's really
Yeah.
funny about this whole thing, too, is I actually have just as much time as I did before, but I just don't have the fucking energy anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel that, bro. Been there. I don't even
That
have a
is-
kid and I feel like that at times.
That is what kids do to you, man.
Right?
He said duty.
Dude.
Duty. What have you been up to, man?
Honestly, nothing really. Like, I've been having issues with my PC and stuff like that, so I've been working on getting that sorted out so I can get back onto stream and stuff because I've not been able to stream for a few months for it.
Yeah, I seen your post in Discord one day about that.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks. But I'm waiting for all that to get sorted out, and I should be up and running again. But other than that, I've just been, sorting out all the stuff that we spoke about in the past and that type of stuff. So
Good deal.
it's all on the up at least. But yeah.
Oh
man.
yeah, it's better than the down, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So what about you guys? Have you guys been keeping yourselves busy, keeping yourselves well?
Yeah, I fucking ended up starting a new job that isn't fucking stressful, so that's been kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
good.
nice. I've been trying to freshwater fish and I shouldn't have. But
But you see, that's the thing though, like honestly, like it's like me going to saltwater. It's not gonna be something that's just gonna happen right away. It's gonna be something I'm gonna have to do over time, I mean, I'm sure you're gonna be able to get me on a fish, you know what I mean? Which if I was down there and we were on freshwater, I guarantee I'd get you on a fish.
I don't know, man. I really think they don't like me.
don't think it works that way, bro.
Their fishy senses is tingling when you're around.
Right.
They'll go into hibernation. No, but honestly, like fishing in the UK, you're pretty much guaranteed to fish when you're freshwater fishing. The only
So-
time you won't is if there's like really bad rough weather and everything's all gunged up and stuff like that. But
So we did an episode one time about like our most wanted place to go just to explore or fish or whatever. Personally, I would love to go to the Amazon River. I know it's completely freshwater, but man, I would love to fish that river.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I think even there, I could catch something in freshwater.
dude, in the Amazon water, either you'll catch something or something will catch you.
That's true.
They have some very aggressive, messed up fish over there, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. With my luck, I would like hook up and be fighting a piranha and have an arapaima hit me in the face.
Yeah, have you guys ever seen the movie Anaconda? It didn't work well for them, man. But...
I haven't seen that movie, if I'm honest.
Oh, it's an old one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one too. It has Ice Cube, J-Lo back when she was
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Back when she was hot.
I mean, she's still pretty good looking now, but I mean, that was back when she was like, I would say in her early 30s.
Yeah.
Maybe even younger than that, actually.
It was what, 90, 96, 97?
It was somewhere around there. It was right around the time that she made that movie Selena.
I forgot about that. Oh, man.
Stand up, Frodo. I want to see you do the washing machine.
Alright, let me see if this will work. Hold on. Alright, I've got a smaller link. I don't know if it's going to send you to the right place though. It should do.
You should be able to drop it right here in the chat here.
Yeah, the problem. Yeah, there you go. I've sent you the actual link of the
no.
actual fish. That's the Gooper one. The other link that I had, it wouldn't let me do it because it was more than 200 characters. So YouTube was like, yeah, nope. We used to. I'm sure there was something about. We used to have Joe the Shark that was basically more like a whale thing.
So is it like
Hold on.
is it like real pretty colored or is it just black?
So it's not black. So it's like if you look at that picture, it literally just looks like that, where it's like in the picture. You can get like darker versions of it. But like to get these type of sharks, you really need to go deep, like deep. They're not very big though either. I think they only get to like 20 pounds maybe, not even. So they're not like your big predator style sharks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So whale sharks, megamouth, and there's one other, but there's 3 filter feeder sharks that only eat like krill and plankton.
Yeah, basking sharks.
That's the other one. Basking
Yeah,
megamouth.
basking shark. Yeah, they're one of my favorite sharks, to be honest with you. The basking sharks. They're absolutely amazing things. They're huge as well. Like they are massive.
Those are the ones that are like just black, right?
Basking sharks is. Yeah, I'll get you a link. I don't know if this is gonna be enough for yeah, that's fine. So that's the basking one. I'll try and get a different one. You can get, again, they're in different colors as well, depending on the environment they're in.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
it's
they're
just,
usually
they're
like
typically
gray,
dark.
and they can go to like a very dark black. at times. But yeah, they got no teeth, but they wouldn't mind sucking in things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Here's a dark grouper one.
What's
someone calling me
funny?
on Facebook, or are you calling someone, Chris?
I don't think that's on my end.
Oh, I'm trying to call Mike.
Oh, okay.
He was commenting on the YouTube on fishing and outdoor discoveries, but it wasn't coming up on here, so we missed it. So I sent him the
Doing it on your
link, and I was
page,
trying to
maybe?
call him, just tell him to hop on. But yeah, so basking sharks have commonly been mistaken for megalodons.
Plenty of times, yeah. We had one that come through England years back, and it was rumored that a great white or something had come through. And it's like, how the hell?
Right.
It's because they look at the size of the shark, and a lot of people don't really think of what it is because they just see like a big shark and go, oh, that's got to be a great white. But in reality, it's just, you know,
Yeah.
not. We've had like plenty of dolphins around as well. I mean, we have had great whites once or twice through here, but
Oh yeah. So great whites are known to travel thousands of miles. Like I know of 3 that have been satellite tagged, and like these were like some seriously advanced tags. They were like found going 3,000 feet into like the deepest part of the oceans, where you can't there's no light down there. They're just going down there just to go down there, and then they come back up. But they travel from like the U.S., like Florida, North Carolina, and they'll travel clear across the Atlantic and as far up as like Scotland and Ireland, and then they'll come back down the coast there and then travel back across the Atlantic and come back into tropical waters.
yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing with sharks, like wherever the food's at, they will go. So they won't, you know, they won't worry about like temperatures and stuff like that all that much. And they're quite quick swimmers as well, so
Yeah. Well, so great whites in particular, they're one of the species that can't stop swimming. Like they physically cannot stop swimming. It will kill them.
yeah, they'll drown if they stop.
But they can like get down to a slow cruise of like 5 knots, give or take. And it's crazy to see them like that, because when a great white strikes, they burst up to like 18, 20 miles an hour, even faster sometimes.
Mhm.
All more reason to harpoon one like we talked about and hook it to the kayak so you have a speedboat. I mean, granted, it might pull you under once or twice, but you know.
But yeah, so it drives me, like, it's hard to fathom something that big when you see it. It's typically swimming. You can never outrun a shark. Like, it is not possible to swim faster than anything in the ocean.
Dude, you ain't got to outswim the shark. You just got to outswim the person you're with, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's me. If I'm with someone, I'm the one getting eaten. I am a terrible swimmer. Which is crazy because I love the water. You would think I could swim good. No, I am a terrible swimmer.
I love swimming, honestly. I
So
could swim
if
all
all of
day, every
us were
day.
out in the ocean and for whatever reason we had to swim away from sharks, y'all would get away.
That's a good thing to know, I guess.
It's
I
a
mean, to
great-
be fair though, in the UK you wouldn't have to worry too much because we don't really have like big sharks.
Right.
As I said, like the biggest shark you'll probably get in the UK would be around about 20 pounds. I mean, it'd still take a chunk off your leg or whatever, but you'd survive. As long as it doesn't take the artery. But,
yeah. I'm a firm believer in go big or go home when it comes to something like that. If I'm getting bit by a shark, eat me. Completely just eat me.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose a limb.
Oh, there you go. Basking sharks can be found in the UK. They're known to be found all over the world.
Nice.
And they're very common off the coast of Cornwall in the UK or on the Isle of Man. Mostly around between May and October.
Well, yeah, y'all's summer is still the same as ours, right?
Yeah, it starts in July, ends
Yeah.
in August, well, November.
Okay, yeah, y'all's is a little later than ours. Ours is June 20th to...
Oh no, wait, sorry, yeah, it starts in June, end of June. So I had a brain fart.
Okay. So yeah, ours is June 20th to... October something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. One of the things I've just found here, smooth hammerhead sharks prefer to find cooler waters in the summer. They are usually found around Portugal and the Azores, wherever that is. But when it becomes too warm, they make trips to the UK and have been spotted many times by scientists off the coast of Cornwall in large numbers. So we have we have hammerheads from time to time, which is actually my favourite fish or mammal, I suppose you could say.
I've never seen a hammerhead in breeding. I've seen them down in Florida or all over the Gulf. But I've never seen them up here. I've seen bull sharks here. I've seen duskies, sandbars, of course dogfish, spiny and smooth. I mean, we got a lot of sharks here, like ridiculous amounts. We have makos from time to time. I've never seen a tiger shark here, but I've heard of them swimming around the coast.
Mm-hmm.
And I know sand tigers are kind of like bull sharks. They go anywhere.
Yeah. They literally go anywhere their food takes them, pretty much.
Oh, I need a cracker back. Oh, they feel good.
See, that's a... Oh, go on, Chris.
What's that?
Was you about to say something?
No.
Oh, I was about to say something.
I'm getting a little fucking tired. I've been up since fucking 5 o'clock this morning, so
Oof.
yeah, and I gotta be up in 5 hours, so I've been awake for almost 24 hours now, and we're going on fucking 3 hours in the live stream.
Yeah.
Damn,
What's
bro.
supposed
All
to
right,
be
all
an
right, all
hour?
right, all right. Real quick. Just to stay in spirit of our topic. Caveman. what gear would you like to have this season? Not necessarily what you're going to have, but just like your something you want that you've wanted for a while that you would love to have for this year.
Oh, damn. So one of the reels I was looking at, hold on, let me see if I can get it for you. It's actually a really nice reel. It's one I've been looking at for a while. It's okay. Weird things popping up now. It's kind of like my other reel, but it's a multiplier version. Yeah, let me send a link. Cool. I'll put a link in there so you can see it. It's a leader icon. It's actually really nice. I've been looking at getting something like that for a while now.
I'm sure pricing is way different over there. Trying to think of a way to word this that makes sense. I don't know. I'll have to think about it and either talk off stream or whenever you can guest in again, we'll do an actual like guest appearance thing and talk about it there.
Honestly, I'll probably do this again tomorrow night because I ain't got shit to do tomorrow night. So.
All right.
Yeah, I should be around tomorrow night as well. I could jump back on again.
Time is it for you right now? Fucking like 6 o'clock in the morning.
It's 7:10 for me right now.
Yeah, 7:08.
What the fuck are you doing awake still? Fucking, or did you have you even went to bed yet?
No, I haven't had sleep yet, bro.
But not much has changed. Not much has changed.
Nah.
Oh, dude, so you want to see what I got?
Go for it, bro.
It's kind of off topic, but I finally got the stream deck.
You find it, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, you will never look back now. That
Bro,
is the most nicest thing to actually have is that stream deck. It's so fucking amazing.
I'm gonna open my stream deck and change something real quick, and I'll show you something like this. You're gonna laugh at me, dude. You're gonna be like, you're lazy as fuck.
Dude, I've got my stream deck to do everything. Like, I can mute my microphone on Discord. I can change scenes on my Twitch and stuff like that for streaming. I can literally press one button and it will send out a notification to my Discord, to Twitter, and to Facebook, and start my stream.
Is that
all
the
up and ready and
analytics?
everything like that. No, it's like you can do like I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a multi-button function. So when you press one button, it does like multiple different things.
So this is what I have. Can you see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did this for 5M. So I have a button to turn on my sirens and my lights at the same time. I have cuff, place in car, remove from car, screenshot, search, show badge, MDT, mark 911, grab. I have some emotes.
I'll give you my
if I click on medical, okay, so it grabs a med bag, and if I'm standing next to a car, it'll pop the trunk, grab the med bag, it'll actually say grabs med bag, and then I got the medical emote, check pull, switch. It'll like all the commands, like everything is /me is on here for fucking medical. I got so lazy with it, dude. Like I was like, you know what? Nah, fuck a keyboard. I'm just gonna hit button.
Dude, you need to apply for my server. Honestly, the server
Dude,
I'm stuck on it.
I did put an application in, but I don't think it took the first time because when I went back to check it, like it didn't exist. Like it wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, it won't. You won't see it. You won't see it until you get a thing through. I can take a look through your app to make sure it has gone through if you want.
Are you an admin or what?
Yeah, I'm an admin on there, yeah.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. Take a look at it for me, because me and my brother have both been looking for somewhere to play.
Honestly, like TRP is generally the most chilled server. I need to remember the link for it though. I haven't been on it for a while because I was literally on it just to kind of
I need to
just
get a
help
PC.
them out.
Hmm?
And I need to get a PC.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm telling you, you'd have so much fun fucking doing RP, dude. You'd have a blast with it. But on that note, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night because I gotta be up fucking early, and I already know like the first 2 hours of footage is gonna be just gonna be me going, "Hey guys, what's up?" Fishing outdoors.
We're going fishing today.
I'm gonna be sleeping on the goddamn boat. But alrighty, guys. Well, do you want me to leave this up for you?
Nah, I'm gonna head out too. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Alrighty. Well, in that case, Caveman, I'll try to catch you tomorrow. I'll let you know before we actually go live. That way, you have the whole live, you know, to come in and talk, do whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
I think tomorrow to be just general bullshitting. I'm going to talk a little bit about the fishing trip, and we'll talk more about some baits or something. I don't know. Figure something out.
Yeah,
I'll
for
have
sure.
a new video up by tomorrow too. So
Yeah, we might be able to have Caveman help us figure out the shit with the OBS too, so we can actually use OBS with this. I can't figure out how to fucking capture just the camera, like around my head, Frodo's head, and like another person's head, and put it in OBS.
Oh yeah, so you've got like so you ain't got like a background type thing.
What do you mean?
So you're wanting it so when you're on the camera and stuff like that, you can't see like what's going on behind you. You can only see like yourself.
Yeah, in the background. So like, I just want to split the cameras up to where each person is on a different camera source or a different source. That way, if like, say I want to go to the bathroom, I could just hit a button and it'll take my face off, but it'll leave their faces. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just got to figure out. I just want to use OBS because there's more customization, as far as like us being able to like display countdowns, our logos. Because right now, like no matter how I use the logo, like the logo in the top right hand corner will change with this, but the background logos, like you can't move the cameras around at all. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
yeah, that kind of.
Yeah, well, I'll try and take a look at it with you tomorrow before stream or something maybe.
Sounds good. Well, in that case, I'll talk to you guys in the morning. All you guys that tuned in, thank you guys for watching. We will be live again tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have a video done sometime tomorrow too. If not, it'll be Sunday that it comes out. But yeah, is there anything else you need to add, Frodo?
nope.
Alrighty, guys.
I'm going to bed, y'all.
Once again, I'm Chris from Co.Fishing and Outdoors.
Bobby from Hook Fishing.
This is our guest, Caveman. Alrighty, guys. You guys have a good night. Tight lines.
Take it easy. Peace out.